is my great honor to welcome you all to Starfleet Academy.
What's going on, Screen Rant? It's Liam Crowley. I'm here at the Museum of Natural History in New York City, where we are talking with the Star Trek Starfleet Academy cast. Holly Hunter, Paul Giamatti, WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch, and all of the new stars that are going to captain this franchise for the next 60 years. It all starts right now. For starters, it's the 60th anniversary of Star Trek this year. What is your favorite memory from this franchise, both as a fan and now as a contributor to the overall world?
Well, I think it's my first foray into science fiction, and I would say the endless possibilities. I mean, if I have like some weird idea about something that we can do from another century, or I can be another person, even from the ones that I'm playing, I can do that. I mean, that's just fun.
I can remember as a kid loving Spock. Favorite moments, I don't know. I'm a big Deep Space Nine fan, so every moment of that show is some of the greatest television I've ever seen.
Voyage Home, my favorite film. Just seeing Spock navigate the 80s is just, it's pretty funny. It's iconic.
To be honest, it was the films. It was JJ1 films. They blew me away. Something to be so large, like large scale, but then really intimate. Like we really care about those characters. That blew me away. That really blew me away.
Amazing.
I don't remember how old I was. I must have been 14, 15, and that's when I wanted. That was around the time when I wanted to be an actor. I started figuring out this is where I wanted to be. So that could have had a massive impact.
My favorite memory is texting with my older sister, who was, I guess she was certainly in high school, but she was in college when the series started. I was a little kid, fascinated. So every week she sends me an episode title, and I'll just send her a line. I will quote a show. And because we watched it so much, it was so important, it was this new thing.
I think for me, it's got to be original series as a kid growing up, seeing Spock, Kirk. I mean, these are, those characters filled the imaginations of my childhood. And, you know, all these years later to be a part of this franchise, you know, original series, watching it on reruns, coming home after school as a kid, you know, and now to be a part of it, it's quite surreal.
I have a memory of Bob Picardo showing up on my last day of shooting with a bottle of champagne as they drilled my captain's seat into obsolescence. He said, "Come on, Captain, let's go and have some champagne."
I will tell you that having been to the conventions is definitely one of the things that I treasure the most. Getting to meet the people who have actually been fans of Star Trek for so long, and the new ones coming in, and just understanding who they are and the wonderful people and their hearts and how much they care has been amazing throughout the years. So I think going to the convention is definitely one of my favorites. I also think that getting the joy of being on these sets has been incredible. It is like no other to be on the bridge of a starship and getting to enjoy Star Trek from that point of view. Very rare, and I'm very fortunate.
Ooh, as a fan, there are so many. It's funny because, like, being in the convention circuit, I get to go there as an employee or whatever, but I also get to kind of attend as a fan. So
Do you ever buy anything on the floor?
Well, people have given me things, which is really sweet. I have offered to pay for, like, shirts. There's a podcast and a group of women called the Sci-Fi Sisters, and they have an incredible shirt. It's one of those, like, you know those shirts that's like name.
Name and name.
Yeah, and it's all the black captains, so it's like Cisco and Uhura, and I love it. Favorite memory from working in the franchise. I kind of think that, like, maybe the time I got to fly home from an event with Walter Koenig. Like, we don't have a lot of our stars from the original series still with us, and it was so magical to just be, like, literally in our little Delta seats for, like, a 6-hour flight or something, and just hearing about his life, hearing about working on the original series. It's like I got my own little private Q&A with one of our legends and heroes, and it was totally free, and I was just like, gosh, this is magical. I wish I could have done this with all of the stars from the OG series.
I would say the first time I walked on set, for Star Trek Discovery, it was a holy shit moment, if I'm allowed to say that, because I had a whole childhood watching Star Trek on KCOP, and then to finally walk on an actual spaceship set. Actually, the first set I walked on was the Klingon set, the sarcophagus, and I just couldn't believe it. And it really kind of hit home for me, the amount of craftsmanship and the level of talent that's been working on Star Trek. I've been working on Star Trek throughout the years. So, like, for me now, 60th anniversary, it's like, wow, so many people came before us to allow us to be able to participate now, and how many people are going to come after us? And Star Trek is going to outlive us all. So it's a pretty surreal moment.
You two have such a great on-screen chemistry, a rivalry between you two. What was it like to develop that on set?
A pleasure. I mean, he's so much fun. He's so cool. So loose. So prepared. Such a great actor. You know, it's a pleasure to work with a great actor. And, you know, and it's rare to work with a really, truly wonderful, great one. And he's one of them.
Yeah, two of the biggest names in Hollywood history bringing into the Star Trek world. Can I ask you an Incredibles question? Incredibles 3 has been greenlit. It's happening. You know about it?
I think I start in March.
Start in March? In the booth? How cool is the story?
I don't know, and I never do know. I never know what the stories are of Incredibles. I go in and I record with Brad. Or in this case, I don't know if it's going to be Brad, but I think that he's been writing the script. So it's very exciting.
I'm so excited to see it. One of my favorite movies from my childhood. Paul, I asked you this at New York Comic Con. I'm going to ask you again. How's it feel to be a baddie?
Really good. Really good. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's really fun to do.
I know you're a huge Star Trek fan. Is this just surreal for you? Are you still having like those amazing career firsts at this stage in your career?
Yeah, totally, absolutely. Surreal is actually a really good word for it. It's very hard to actually process that I actually did it. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Alex Kurtzman on this series. I love The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm so serious. And he was involved. I know a lot of, it's kind of mixed reactions to that. Your portrayal of the Rhino is epic. Did you connect with Alex for the first time on The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, I don't think I knew he was involved, but I never actually encountered him. No, this was the first time I really had any dealings with him. He's a great guy.
He's written you a couple killer characters, specifically with Braca in this series. Do you think there's a part of him that wants to be involved in Starfleet Academy?
Who?
Your character.
Braca?
Yeah.
I think there's a big part of him that would like to be accepted by a group like that. I think it's part of the reason he's so angry, because he feels so outside of everything. I think he's jealous of all of those people.
Layered characters rock, don't they?
Yeah, I think he's you're very smart. I think he's very jealous of the whole thing. He wishes he was a part of it.
Congratulations on this role. Congratulations on joining Star Trek. You are effectively captaining the new generation of Star Trek and Starfleet Academy. For one, how does that feel? And for two, where do you think you can take this character and this franchise in the next 60 years?
60 years?
We're celebrating 60 today, so I feel like we got 60 more.
I'm just celebrating number one right now. I don't even know about 60, but it feels incredible. It feels like there's a lot of weight behind it, but it's something that I'm blessed to be in the position to be able to do. It's scary at times, but it's something that activates and drives me forward. So I'm looking forward to see whatever we can do with this to make the fans and to make the people who love this franchise love it even more.
Congratulations on joining the Star Trek world. How did it feel when you first got that call that you were going to be in Starfleet?
Oh, I was thrilled. First of all, I love this character like right off the bat anyway, because reading her breakdown and everything and being able to audition for her, I was like, she's so unique as a female character because she's smart, she's funny, she's driven, she's all of these really wonderful things, but she's also very flawed and insecure. So it was really great to be able to dig into a female character that has all these different dynamics.
What was it like brushing up on your Star Trek history? Did you have to learn a lot to get involved in this series, or were you a fan beforehand?
I've had to learn a lot. Or had to is probably the wrong way to word it. I've learned a lot just being in the world.
You got to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I also do that. It's a privilege. I get to do this. I don't have to do this. Yeah.
That's me waking up every morning. I'm like, I get to wake up in the morning. No, but I've gotten to learn a lot through working with someone like Bob Picardo or even like Tig and like everyone else who are these legacy characters. And we got to work with Jonathan Frakes as well, which was great. So I've learned a lot through them, and I've learned a lot through people behind the scenes because all of our camera crew has been working with Star Trek for like decades at this point. Like it's even generationally passed down. So it's really cool being able to learn from people who have been in it for a really long time.
How did it feel to be involved in Starfleet Academy specifically?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. I don't know.
You feel like you're ushering in a new generation? Does it tangibly feel like there's a passing of the torch, so to speak?
I hope so. You know, I hope. I think if a new generation, I hope they watch it. If they watch it, yes, I think exactly that's what could happen.
You get to originate a character in the grand Star Trek world, which I think is so special. How does it feel to build a character from the ground up in such a familiar territory?
Oh, dude. I think something's really nice is that I don't have this backlog of work that I've got to like get right. There's a love for many species in this universe, and I get to just come in and create in the moment, and that's what a Kionian is. Whatever I do on set, wherever I find, that is who they are, and that's such an amazing thing to be able to do. Such a blessing. It really is. It really is.
You're champion on this red carpet, this blue carpet here. Feel pretty good?
Feels pretty amazing.
One of a select few people to bring a belt to a red carpet.
Well, you know, I got to represent, and this isn't just the Intercontinental Championship now. This is the Intergalactic Championship. We're taking this to a whole different galaxy.
We were going into the Star Trek world with it.
Yeah.
I want to know how you got first involved with this show. You've been all over the silver screen. I saw you in Happy Gilmore last year. I've seen you do so much cool stuff. Star Trek specifically, how did that phone call happen?
So I had met Alex Kurtzman a while ago, and he said, you know, I think I might have something for you. And then this opportunity came up, and sign me up, send me to the stars, let's go. And it's been amazing. This is the most incredible cast and crew that I think I've ever worked with. Everybody's so kind, so loving, so ready to work. It feels like a family, and I come in and out, and it feels like you just pick up where you left off with everybody.
You get to share the screen with Holly Hunter in this series.
Incredible.
I can only
Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti as well. I can only imagine what that feels like. And I'm trying to think earlier in your wrestling career when you had those matches against the veterans of the women's division. Does it feel like that again? Does it like kind of mirroring the beginning of your wrestling career, sharing the screen with a veteran like Holly Hunter?
Yeah, I remember walking into the Performance Center for the first time and feeling very unsure of myself, and then I'm coming across Triple H and Billy Gunn and anybody that I'd watched on TV, and now to kind of parallel that into the acting world, and you're going face to face with an Oscar winner like Holly Hunter. It's really incredible.
This is such a name drop moment, but I interviewed Denzel Washington, and he talked about the second, the third, the fourth mountain that comes after that first mountain of success. It feels like you're seeing those new mountains as you continue your career.
And it's one of those things, it's all about the journey, right? And you can't think of it as mountains, you got to think of it as passion projects, like what do you want to do next? And I've been so lucky, way too lucky, far too lucky to have gotten to where I've gotten. And so every new journey is just mind-blowing, and it's incredible. And I'm loving every single second of it.
I mean that with love. Mountains are fun to climb. I'm a big hiker.
Yeah, I love it. And then the view when you get there, it's beautiful.
The thing about Star Trek, yes, it takes 54 minutes. There's a catastrophe every week that has to be resolved. I got all that. But it carries with it the so-called optimistic view of the future. And if you think about it, in the original series, nobody, with a couple exceptions, nobody's really, nobody is poor. Nobody is starving. There's issues, there's problems. Very, very seldom does anybody wear eyeglasses. All these problems are solved. You cut yourself, you cure it. You want a cup of hot coffee, it's right there instantly. This was the future. And it was believable because these actors just committed to it. And so Robert Picardo, a dear friend of mine, he was in Voyager, and he's back in Starfleet Academy. He's so excited about this, so I got a good feeling.
That's a great perspective. It's going to change the way I watch Star Trek. Thank you for sharing that anecdote.
Change the way you watch.
I love that.
Star Trek, watch.
Amazing.
Enjoy.
I have two more questions for you. I have to know, how did you get the Marty Supreme jacket? What was that process?
Oh, so they contacted me. In fact, the publicity company is here. So you guys, let's digress. I'm so old how old are you? I'm so old. I saw Richard Bergman play table tennis. Yes, I saw Richard Bergman in Baltimore, Maryland, playing table tennis against another champion from Taiwan named Tu Rin Chin, and they would return the ping pong ball from, not joking you guys, from the basketball foul line. You follow me? During halftime. Yeah. And it was so cool. So I started playing ping pong very seriously. So when they approached me to wear the Marty Supreme jacket, I went, okay, I'm on.
Did you get to see the film?
Not yet. It's tried to go twice, and it didn't work, but I will.
There are a lot of amazing legacy characters in the Star Trek world, but this show is getting to introduce so many new faces that I'm sure are going to be staples of Star Trek going forward. What are some names we should look out for in Star Trek this series?
Oh, goodness. I mean, all of the cadets are amazing, from Sandro to, I mean, every one of them brings something really, really special. And I think you're gonna fall in love with all of them. I think that we've got some wonderful people from the past, but I think that all of these young cadets coming up and dealing with things that I think are relevant to today's youth, but simultaneously part of the Star Trek world, it's really going to be a wonderful combination for people to enjoy.
Yeah, speaking of coming after, this is a perfect series to come on the 60th anniversary of Star Trek because it's literally setting up the next generation. What about your Starfleet Academy cast makes you confident that these stories can continue for another 60 years?
Oh, well, this cast is phenomenal. A lot of people haven't heard of them, but they will after they see this first episode. And they are bringing it just like all the other Star Trek actors of old have brought it, except they just happen to be in a younger package, you know. So I think, and the thing is, it's an ensemble cast. They're all really terrific, and they're all really genuinely nice people. So I think we all have a lot to look forward to.
I'll save this question for when this episode airs, but in one of the early episodes, I've seen a bunch and they all kind of blur together at a certain point. Philippa Georgiou, that name is, I see it on screen. Some more Section 31 stories. Are you cooking up anything in that realm?
Not that I'm aware of.
But are you open to it?
I'm open to it. I would love for that to happen.
Have you talked to Michelle about more Philippa?
I've talked to Michelle a lot about more Philippa, but you know, it's totally up to the fans, so we'll see.
Live long and prosper.